generating earned media for our clients. So I can't guarantee that you're going to get the Forbes placement. But I can work to get you that placement. But when I get that placement for you, which we've gotten so many Forbes placements for our clients, it's not going to be sponsored by. It's going to be organic, and it's not going to come down, and it's going to drive traffic to you. It's not going to like not show up on Google because there's no follow links behind it.
All right, guys. Founder of Brandbomb PR here today, Lindsay Feldman. Thanks for coming.
Thank you. I'm so excited to be here. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, you're one of the best I know in the PR space. So
thank you, and that means so much coming from you. So I appreciate that.
Yeah, you're the real deal, because there's a lot of people that say they do PR and they don't really do it.
Totally, definitely. I mean, we're just in that era of that lifestyle marketing, and I mean, you and I had met, in the space while I was working, and.
Yeah, no, you're the real deal. You've gotten me in Summer League games. You got me VIP at NBA Con. So many events you run.
Only the best for you.
Yeah, I just saw you one with Perez Hilton, too.
Yeah, that's one of my dear friends. I love him.
Nice. Viewing party for the Oscars, right?
Yeah, yep. That was great.
So you rented out all of Delilah?
Yeah, so it was actually a party with Vanity Fair. Perez brought me as his guest, and it was just like a really cool, intimate way to catch the Oscars.
Nice. I've never watched it. How was it?
It was fun. It's a lot more fun when you're in a room full of people that are like cheering and engaging. And it was hosted by comedian Lonnie Love, who I do truly love. So it was great.
Nice. Comedy's big out here, right?
Yeah. Oh, I love comedy.
Which comedian is your favorite?
Well, Lonnie's definitely one of them. I mean, I love Mike Epps. Kevin Hart. I mean, he's a Philly guy just like me. We're actually from the same neighborhood.
Nice.
What about you?
I used to like Hart a lot. I feel like he's lost his touch. That comes with the money. So I don't know. I got Gabriel Iglesias coming on the show next month.
He's good.
I'm pumped for that one. I really like Theo Vaughn. Andrew Schultz is pretty funny. I think he's losing it a little bit too. But it happens, man.
Yeah, it does. We actually just went to one of the comedy shows at Town Square last week, and I feel like a lot of the up-and-comers, they're just hungry for it. Like, I actually tend to like a lot of the comedians from Wild and Out. Like, they're just really funny and good.
Yeah. I saw Shane Gillis before he blew up in Jersey, some random place in New Brunswick. And he was funnier than the main act, which was Michael Rappaport.
Yeah, I've noticed that before myself, going to different comedy shows.
Yeah, the opening's usually funnier, right?
Yeah.
Because I think they get comfortable once they've made a certain amount.
Yeah, or they just keep reusing their content, and it's just tired and old.
Yeah, absolutely. Are you a big foodie out here?
Oh my God, I love to eat. That's like my favorite thing to do.
What are your go-to restaurants out here?
Well, I just tried this place, Tea Palette, the other day in Chinatown.
Oh, Palette Tea Lounge?
Yes.
Oh my God.
Palette Tea Lounge, yes.
I just went there.
Isn't it like mind-blowing?
It's the best dim sum in town.
Oh my God, so good. I love being able to try all different things. And I actually started seeing all of my foodie content creator friends around town trying it. So I'm like, we have to go there. It was delicious. I love that. I love berries. Who doesn't?
I love berries.
I mean, I don't know. I'm still a sucker. I love Tao. I think that's like a good birthday dinner place. I just like love the ambiance and the food. But I do like those like hidden gems as well.
I like the mom and pops.
Yeah.
Because the strip, you're going to be paying $300.
Oh my God, totally. I'm a Philly girl. So like we're just used to, experiencing some of the best food in some of the places that almost look a little creepy, but they always have like the best food. So yeah, totally for the mom and pops. And you got to be a proponent of small business.
Absolutely. Where do you rank Philly cheesesteak on a sandwich tier list?
Okay, so this is crazy, but I actually hate cheese. I love steak sandwiches, but I hate cheese. I don't eat cheese on anything. But in general, besides once the cheese is gone, I do love a steak.
So you eat it just the meat and bread?
And like onions, hot pepper, sweet peppers.
You're wild. I feel like the cheese is one of the best parts.
I know. Everybody says that, but I'm like anti-cheese.
Wow. Is it a dairy thing, like intolerance?
I mean, it's kind of like a mental thing. Like I probably couldn't tolerate it at this point in the game since I haven't ate it in so long, but it just grosses me out. Like the smell. Like I don't even eat at Porta Subs because they cut the meat where they cut the cheese. It's just really gross to me.
Damn. So any cheese you can't eat. So pizza?
No. Yeah, definitely not.
Oh my gosh. Pizza's totally like a god tier list for me.
I would probably be 300 pounds if I ate cheese. So it's probably better that I don't. But these days, even people that have allergies to it or like it, there's so many substitutes. Like it wasn't like that when I was growing up. Like every birthday party that I went to, being that I didn't eat cheese pizza, I just got used to not eating. Now there's a million other substitutions that you could do.
I just had a guest on last month. He got rid of his allergies.
Really?
Yeah. So he had a pear or some fruit, but he would microdose it. So he'd eat like a little piece. And then eventually, like, you keep doing that, you up the amount.
Yeah.
So now, it's apples. So now he could eat a full apple, no problem.
Oh my God, that's really interesting. I mean, they say your allergies do change like every 10 years because I feel like every time I do blood work, my allergies,
Are you tired of ordering on a menu in a different country only to be served snails? Why not actually speak the language and order what you want? That's where Babbel comes in. Speak like a whole new you with Babbel, the science-backed language learning app that gets you talking. Wasting hundreds of dollars on private tutors is the old school way of learning a new language. Babbel's 10-minute lessons are quick and handcrafted by over 200 language experts, ready to get you talking your way to a new language in just 3 weeks. Because talking is the key to really knowing any language. Babbel's advanced speech recognition is like having a personal language guru in your pocket, massaging your pronunciation whenever you open your mouth. With Babbel, you can learn everything you need from vocabulary to culture while holding your own in conversation with anybody. All it takes is just about 10 minutes a day. It's designed by real people for having real conversations, and it gets you talking. I've been going to a lot of Spanish-speaking countries over the last few months, and Babbel has come in clutch. I now know how to order food and ask where the restroom is when I travel. Here's a special limited time deal for our listeners. Right now, get up to 60% off your Babbel subscription, but only for our listeners at babbel.com/social hour. That's 60% off at babbel.com/social hour, spelled BABBEL.com/social hour. Rules and restrictions may apply.
Change.
I've been blessed with nothing. No allergies.
That is blessed.
Yeah. I know people that have tons.
I know. I always think, like, what would I do if I was allergic to, like, chocolate or chicken?
I love chocolate. So how'd you get started in PR? Did you work for another firm at first?
Yeah, so I graduated from UNLV. I worked for another agency in town. I realized how much I love PR. And then from there, I was recruited to go in-house at the Palms. I was at the Palms for several years, which was such an amazing experience because that was like coming down from the height of the Palms. We filmed with every reality show that you could think of. I mean, they all come to Vegas.
Yeah.
And then from there, I got recruited to go in-house at Crazy Horse, which was one of my former clients at the PR firm that I worked for. And I was there for several years. Even through, you know, all my years of experience, I always had like a client or two on the side. I'm just like East Coast hustler. And then when the pandemic hit and Crazy Horse closed, obviously no strip club was open. I just kind of turned my side hustle into my main hustle, and I launched Brandbomb PR in 2020.
Wow. So let's start with the Palms, because back in the day, I heard that was the spot in Vegas.
Oh my God, yes. Palms was like the premier spot to be in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
And when I was there, you know, we were still having talent at Ditch Fridays. That was the big pool party every weekend. Like I said, we had shot with Mob Wives, Real Housewives of Miami. We shot music videos, movies, everything that you could think of. So it was just such a great experience for me, and it was during a prime time of the Palms era.
What do you think happened there? Because they've kind of taken a step back, right?
Well, I mean, even the 4 years that I was there, they had 3 different, you know, ownerships there, and I think, you know, with each ownership came a different set of, okay, we're going to close this, we're going to open this, and I just also think Vegas got really, really competitive over the last decade. I mean, that's something that Vegas in general is still navigating. There's massive nightclubs at every single property. There's a million great steakhouses now.
So many.
Yeah.
Like I just went to that famous one next to Ahern Hotel.
Oh, Golden Steer.
Golden Steer.
Oh, so good.
Yeah. But apparently that was the spot
Yeah.
like 10
It's
years ago.
Rat Pack, and the
But
food there is really good.
It's really good, but now it's like not as, like there's so many steakhouses.
Yeah, it has that old school feel there, but yeah, like you said, I mean, something will be really hyped up, and then 2 months later, it'll be the next big thing. It's like that new shiny toy. You know?
Where do you rank the Vegas food scene in terms of citywide? Like,
you know what? I think that I'm just spoiled because I've lived here for so long. Every time I book a vacation, I'm always like, oh, I can't wait to go eat and try new food. And every time I do that, I'm always disappointed. So it kind of made me appreciate Vegas food a lot more. Like, we just have everything here. There's just like world-class chefs. There's all different kinds of cuisines. I feel like it's like really, really like at least in the top 3.
I think it's number 3.
Where do you think is number 1, number 2?
I would say New York City and then LA.
I would agree with New York. I also had really good food when I was in Israel. I did like my birthright trip. Do you know what that is?
That's when you're 18, or
it's like a free trip to Israel for young Jewish people that are like, I don't know, in their early 20s. And so we ate really good there. So I like the like authentic experience too. But New York, definitely agree with you as well.
New York's solid. LA's hit or miss.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
You got to know what you're doing there, because I lived there and hated it, but then I went back recently and locals took me over all over, and it was good.
Because it's also an oversaturated market. So yeah, you definitely would need to know where to go.
Yeah, absolutely. So moving on to the strip club, I mean, transitioning from the Palms to that, talk to me about what went down there.
Yes. Oh my God. So I've been working with Crazy Horse for a really long time. It's really like a publicist's dream client because we get to be really creative and have so much fun there. So for Crazy Horse, we do everything from, booking celebrity talent to running red carpets to just constantly keeping them at the forefront and getting them a lot of publicity. We actually even just got done shooting a reality show with them with Paramount Plus in the UK, which was
Nice.
quite the experience, filming for 7 weeks with a cast of 12 entertainers.
That's cool.
Yeah, it was really fun.
That sounds awesome. And then from there, that you started Brandbomb.
Yeah. And so, once Crazy Horse had shut down during the pandemic, I had just went full steam with Brandbomb, and we've been rocking ever since.
In 4 years, you've worked with the NBA, Soul Cycle, Hall of Fame boxers. I mean, that's impressive.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I mean, we work with a bunch of different industries. We work with nonprofit. We do a lot in the nonprofit space. That's something that's important to me. In the cannabis space, sports. We've done Raiders, nonprofit, charity football games. Obviously, working with the NBA dream client.
Yep.
So to have achieved that in just a few years is just definitely one of my proudest moments.
You crushed it with NBA Con.
Thank you. Yeah. I mean, I was just so proud of the work we did with them, and it was such a fun experience that they brought us back on to handle the PR for the in-season tournament, which we had you at.
Yeah.
And then we'll be handling the PR again for NBA Con this year.
Wow. So they're bringing it back this year?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Details to be announced soon.
Can't wait. That was fun. There was some really big players in attendance there.
Yeah, it was like some really cool activations. We had over 100 players, a bunch of meet and greets, and just, a really cool way to just experience the brand as a whole. Especially with Las Vegas being such a sports hub, it's just such a natural fit.
Yeah, that was such a good move. I've never seen a sports league do a conference.
Yeah, and then even did you get to go to any of like the Q&As, like where we had 2 Chainz?
I saw Carmelo.
Yeah.
I mean, I grew up in Jersey, so seeing him as a Knicks fan growing up, that's crazy. I was right in front of him.
Yeah, it was awesome. I mean, it was definitely like such an intimate experience with everybody there.
Yeah, it was a really good event. And the in-season tournament was sold out too, right?
Thank you. Yeah, I mean, how exciting. I mean, it was great that we had, the Lakers part of that. So we were able to get a bunch of feeder traffic as well. But just the excitement. I mean, Vegas loves the NBA.
Yeah, I hope we get an NBA team.
I hope so too.
I've been hearing rumors, but nothing confirmed.
Stay tuned.
You definitely know. MLB too, apparently.
Yeah, I know. Oh my God, so exciting. I mean, like just look at how sports has taken over Vegas just in the last few years. I mean, look how amazing the Aces have been doing and the Knights. I mean, we're on fire.
Yeah, the Knights won it last year, right?
Yeah. And it's also such a unique place because people can travel from all over to see their hometown team, while they're playing in Vegas. So like, I know, of course, again, me being a Philly girl, like I had heard that there was more Eagles fans even at the Raiders game when the Eagles had played the Raiders. Like who wouldn't want to come to Vegas?
Wow. You're an Eagles fan?
Of course.
Oh, man.
I'm grandfathered in.
You guys are wild.
Oh my, yeah, I know. I mean, I'm not a part of the crazy, like I would never throw anything at Santa Claus or boo Santa Claus. But yeah, we're just passionate people.
I always ask NFL guys when I have them on, what's the wildest fan base? And most of them say Eagles.
Oh, yeah. I mean, with all my clients, when we were talking about who could potentially go to the Super Bowl this year, since we had it in Vegas, we were all like, we're going to be in trouble if it's Philly because we're going to need like lots and lots of security.
Yeah, I bet. What are the biggest misconceptions of PR?
I think probably, well, there's a few, but probably one of the biggest is that we just focus on cleaning up a situation like crisis communications. And that's definitely something that we do, but that's not, the main initiative. For us, our clients hire us to make them as visible as possible, and we control their public image and reputation. And I also think people see the glamorous side of things. They'll see us on the red carpet. They'll see us working with celebrities. They'll see us getting access to a lot of really, really cool events that are happening, but they don't see everything that's happening behind the scenes. Like, that's not my day-to-day. That's a big part of what we do. But, my day-to-day is pitching media and drafting press releases and curating media lists and monitoring the news and seeing what's happening that I can insert my clients into, and just positioning them as the authority in their industries. So there's just a lot of grind that goes into it.
Yeah, because behind the sines, you're putting out fires, you're working 12 hours a day.
Yeah, we're drafting statements. I mean, yeah, like I literally quit my 9 to 5 to work a 24/7. And PR is 24/7. Like, my phone isn't off. Anything could happen, and I have to be ready for it, and I have to be able to navigate my clients through whatever is happening, good and bad.
Yeah. Any PR crisis stories you have?
Oh, I mean, all the time. I mean, even like, working in the Palms, anything that could go wrong did. We
Yeah.
had like scandals with Chris Brown or.
Oh, I heard about that one.
Yeah. Or like, I mean, there could be a shooting at any time, unfortunately. And I mean, even when we were handling the PR for the in-season tournament,
Yeah.
the day of the first event was when the horrible UNLV shooting had happened on campus.
And that was
so
right
while
next
we
to
were
it.
literally sitting in the press conference on our media night, we got wind about what was happening at UNLV, and we were like, "Oh my God, this is terrible."
Yeah.
So just being able to navigate around that, I mean, that's life.
Absolutely.
If a curveball can be thrown, it's going to be thrown.
Yeah. That shooting was nuts because I was right next door to the stadium, right?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it was right around the corner.
Holy crap.
And I went to school there, and it was just such a scary thing. I
Yeah.
mean, you always think something can't happen, where you are, and then something like that really humbles you. And, we really saw a sense of community when things like that do happen.
That's crazy. Did you know anyone involved?
I didn't know anyone involved, but my nanny does go to UNLV, so she was the first person that I texted, and thank God she was okay. But, again, back to the in-season tournament, there were so many displaced students that were like stuck living on campus while the campus was closed. So, we made that part of our initiative as well. We invited all of those students that were just dealing with the traumatic effects of what had just happened on campus, and then we had hosted them at the in-season tournament to try to just add some kind of moment of joy while they were navigating through what just happened.
Yeah, that's really cool. So you're really on top of things.
You got to be in PR.
Yeah. So a lot of these guys on Instagram, you see this too. It says featured in Forbes in their bio.
Yeah.
How many of these people are like paying to get on?
So that's the thing. So that brings me to the difference between like paid media and earned media. So Forbes does have these community councils where you just answer a few questions. They don't fact check into them, and then you pay like $5,000, and now all of a sudden you're part of one of their councils. And that does give you access to being able to, come up with your own column and say, oh, I have a column in Forbes, but it's paid. And if you look at it, it still says sponsored. So that's not, our clients, they're not doing those paid Forbes columns. We're actually pitching the actual contributors of Forbes, and we're getting our clients in organically. So the earned media is basically the media that's endorsing them as the best compared to that paid placement, which is coming from you, and it's still you saying you're the best because you put that out there yourself.
Yeah, no, it's hard to take people serious when they have it in their bio. Featured in Forbes, featured in Inc.
Oh yeah, I mean, for some reason, even though I own a PR agency, I still get those DMs myself. That was like, hey, for $15,000, we'll get you featured in Forbes, and and that's the thing. Like with what we do is like we're really generating earned media for our clients. So I can't guarantee that you're going to get the Forbes placement. But I can work to get you that placement. But when I get that placement for you, which we've gotten so many Forbes placements for our clients, it's not going to be sponsored by. It's going to be organic, and it's not going to come down, and it's going to drive traffic to you. It's not going to like not show up on Google because there's no follow links behind it.
Yeah, I've seen people pay and then the article gets deleted and they don't get refunded.
Yeah. Or the best is when they go, oh my God, I can't believe I've been featured as one of the top 10 entrepreneurs from Forbes. And you're like, okay, it literally says right there that it's sponsored and paid, but
I get offered to get on those top 10 lists. It's like $2,000 a spot or something.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, it means nothing when you can pay to get on those lists because it could be like top 10 hairstylists or hair salon owners. Then you're right next to somebody that's, fresh out of whatever cosmetology school. So like what prestige does it really mean
Nothing.
If you're paying for it?
Yeah. You don't even recognize any of the names usually.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you know the difference. And it really, it affects your credibility.
Yeah. So what does a successful PR campaign look like?
So a successful PR campaign is gonna be like a fully encompassing strategy. So for us, it usually starts with a press release announcement, and that's going to a curated list of media. So we've already targeted the media and the journalists that are most likely to be receptive to whatever our announcement is. And then we're sending follow-up pitches, and then sometimes it involves sending a media alert. If there's an event that's happening, a media alert is what you send out to local broadcasts and local photographers to let them know, hey, we have this visual event that we are trying to get cameras at. While all of the PR is brewing, at the same time of that announcement is when you want to deploy your billboards that have that same messaging, when you want to announce on social media, when you're sending out the e-blasts. So you really put together a strategy so that you're attacking from every single angle, and that all the branding is concise with the same messaging.
I love that. And what's the proper way to integrate influencers and celebrities with PR?
I would say it will definitely starts with identifying who your target audience is so that you can align with like-minded influencers and content creators. I mean, we are seeing a boom of not only influencers, but the content creators ever since, like, we're seeing things like Reels. So just basically like aligning with the right ones and working with them to create content that can maximize the visibility of the brand and of the influencer themselves.
Are you tight with other PR companies, or do you guys view each other as like competition?
No, I would say like 90% of us get along and we piggyback off of each other. Like, I've gotten a lot of referrals from other agencies. I send referrals to other agencies. If there is a client that comes to me that I feel like there's a better fit for, I'm always happy to extend an intro. But I feel like there's just plenty of business to go around. So there's no reason to try to poach clients or to feel hostility towards anyone. Like, we understand each other better than anyone. So like, I love working with all the other PR colleagues, both our local colleagues and on a national level as well.
Right. Yeah, you probably understand the struggles that no one else can relate with.
Yeah, exactly. We definitely, we speak the same language. So, I mean, there are a few shady ones out there, but I like to focus more on, the publicists that really enjoy each other and that we work well together.
I love that. You got any dream clients?
Well, definitely hit it with the NBA. I definitely want to do more sports. But it's just like, it feels good to be the owner of the company where we can pick and choose who we work with. So, a lot of the clients that we work with right now have become my dream clients because they understand PR, they trust us. We do the best work for our clients that just, let us do what we do best and don't try to micromanage. So yeah, it just feels good. I can pick and choose who we work with and who we don't.
That's cool. The Raiders would be a good one for you.
Oh, I would love that.
I wonder who does their stuff. I don't really see them in the media that often.
Yeah, definitely would love to work with them.
Or the Golden Knights.
Yeah. Yep. I mean, yeah, there's lots out there. That's why I was saying that there's no reason to get competitive. For us, we work with both small and big business. So everything from the one woman mom and pop show to the big conglomerate.
Yeah, that
and
makes
everything
sense.
in between.
Are you like fully tied up now with the NBA being so intense?
I wouldn't say fully tied up, but it definitely, as we near closer, it's definitely going to take up a lot of our time.
Yeah.
But we're a boutique PR agency, so we will only take the workload that we can definitely like give our all to. And if we're fully committed, then we just basically waitlist clients and are always honest and transparent and say, we'd love to work with you. Right now, it looks like our start date can be whatever, a month out, 2 months out, 3 months out, because I'm not going to sacrifice the quality of our work just for the paycheck. I would never do that.
I love that. To land the NBA within 4 years of business is insane.
Yeah. I mean, especially to beat out so many of the bigger PR agencies.
Yeah. You must have had a bunch of competition apply for that one.
Oh, yeah.
Like
sure.
huge firms with like hundreds of people.
Yeah, exactly. And that's why it means so much that, after they saw what we were capable of doing with NBA Con, that they've already come back and we're working with them 2 more times.
Wow. That is crazy. Yeah, because they've been around for almost 100 years probably.
Yeah, and it's like, I just really wanted to take it to the next level. So
yeah. Perception is reality and it can be bought. You believe that?
Oh my God, 100%. So that's the thing. I mean, a strategic public relations company can basically turn any brand or any person into, whatever they are trying to be. So how do we do that? By doing things like focusing on what the end goal is and, what they're trying to be or what they're trying to convey, and then just shaping the perception around them. So things like award nominations or leveraging the client's authority in their industry and working with local and national outlets to get as much exposure for them as possible. It's not necessarily the brand or the person that's getting the most press doesn't necessarily mean that they're the best in their industry. It just means that they have the publicist that's advocating for them.
Facts.
Yeah.
I feel like the Kardashians crushed it with that.
Oh my God, totally. I mean, I've definitely had clients come to me that were not at the forefront of their industry. Actually, probably most weren't. But we've built them up to that. Again, it just comes back to having the publicist, a strong publicist, being able to mold those perceptions.
Yeah. I like that you take the in-person approach and the social media approach.
Yeah. I mean, it's people aren't getting their news just from traditional sources of media anymore. So we really incorporate that into everything that we do. Like if we have a venue that's opening, 10 years ago, we would just host a media event and have all the journalists in town come.
Yeah.
Now we're hosting 3 different parties. It's journalists one night, then it's influencers. The influencers, like, you know, the hot girl that posts a picture at a venue and gets a bunch of likes.
Yeah.
And then the third event is the content creators, because they need more specialized attention. They need more of the behind the scenes. They need more time to film video. They're going to bring lights in. So it continues to evolve. And it's really important that you are working with everybody to achieve that for your clients.
I've seen content creators blow up restaurants.
Oh my God, totally. It's imperative.
It's insane.
I mean, and it's really impressive what they've been able to do.
Keith Lee.
Oh my, yeah.
One post and there's 500 people.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of. I mean, I'm in awe of a lot of the really, really strong content creators in town. What they've been able to communicate in a 20-second reel.
Yeah, I love Vegas Starfish. I'm like obsessed with her stuff.
Yeah, Jen. I love Jen because she just keeps it real.
So honest.
So she's very authentic. Even when I've reached out and I've tried to be like, "Hey, we're opening this restaurant. Would love to work with you." Doesn't matter what I'm offering for payment. She's like, that's not a fit. I'm not a fan of that kind of food. I mean, I've had those conversations with her. So
that's cool.
She keeps it all the way real. You know, I also love JT Takes a Bite.
Ooh, that's a good one.
I mean, I when I'm trying to figure out where I'm going to go to dinner, I'm like, all right, let me see where they're eating at. Let me look at their pictures and their videos. I mean, I actually think that they should all be building social agencies of their own, because they clearly know how to storytell via digital media, and it's a gift.
Easily. I love Starfish. She's so honest. I don't get turned down often for guests, but she turned me down to come on the show.
Oh my God, yep.
Yeah, so shout out to her for being real. But like, I love her because a lot of these food guys are paid off by the restaurants, so I can't trust their reviews. But I don't think she's paid by any restaurants. So
No. She's definitely not. I mean, some do have like, I think a lot of them, if they're not interested in what you're offering them, then they'll put a payment bus behind it. Yeah. I mean, but they've earned it, because it takes time to do what they're doing. But yeah, I mean, then you're also crossing the line of authenticity. You know, are they just communicating what they're being paid to, or are they really just storytelling honestly?
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind the payment. I do get that part because they're posting the restaurant, but when they're not being honest about the review, I could tell.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. I agree.
But damn.
But man, they nail their content.
Yeah, Starfish is a beast. I just had Pauly C on. Do you like him?
I have never worked with him.
Really?
But I know that there's a lot of controversial things with him, specifically with Vegas Starfish.
Oh yeah.
I mean, Perez is always reporting on it, so I'm always seeing it.
Wow.
But again, I mean, he has a lane and he's mastered his lane, so you just can't knock the hustle.
Yeah, he's 57.
Wow.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's impressive, because I feel like a lot of older people are, not that that's old, but older.
Yeah.
Haven't. It's harder to catch on for things. Like even me at 37, I'm asking my team that is a lot more savvy on certain things. Like, okay, explain to me, this latest hack on TikTok. They just get it right away.
Yeah. What's your favorite social media platform?
Instagram.
Really?
Well, okay. Facebook for family updates.
Facts.
Facebook has been a great tool for me personally to keep in touch with family and to just see what everybody's working on. I feel like it's more on an intimate level.
Yeah.
But I mean, Instagram, we're just programmed with, people want to see content fast. I personally am not on TikTok like that. I mean, I am for business purposes to see what's trending. But I mean, I just feel like PR already takes over my life and the social media that I'm active on. So I try to stay off at least one of the channels, 2 of the channels, just so I can kind of not be on my phone all the time, because, I am a mother.
I got Instagram as probably my favorite for business because of the messaging. I get so many cool people on the show from that, but I like YouTube the best.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean, definitely. I mean, look what you've accomplished on YouTube.
Yeah, but just like you can learn so much on there.
Yeah, we always encourage our clients to shoot on YouTube as well, because with Google owning YouTube, it's just another way to get more traction on Google as well. When you are addressing things and captioning them, it will roll over to Google as well.
Absolutely. Anything big you're working on right now?
Let's see what I can talk about.
NDAs.
I mean, yeah. because the thing is, some of the big things that we have going on right now, we haven't announced yet. But I mean, we're constantly creating big moments for all of our clients. So, you know, we're working with everything from we just announced our cannabis wedding client.
Whoa.
Well, we've been working with her for a long time, but as we approach 420, that's obviously a huge moment for her press-wise. So we just announced her cannabis divorces.
What's that?
And so a cannabis divorce party, you get to go to a dispensary, a visit to a consumption lounge, and a visit to a strip club.
Wow.
So she's had so much success with her cannabis weddings that now with Nevada having actually the highest divorce rate in the entire country.
I didn't know
it was
that.
just a natural evolution, and it's just, you know, as her publicist, it was the perfect time to announce it as we move closer to 420 and as canna tourism continues to bloom, especially with the consumption lounges just getting green light.
Yeah. Are those open yet?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I got to check one out.
Yeah, I think Smoke and Mirrors is open and Planet 13 is open now too.
I know Hardin got a license. I don't know if theirs is open yet.
I haven't heard that theirs is open, but there should be a cool experience. Hardin is definitely a vibe.
That's cool. Wow. Cannabis wedding. So what exactly?
We'll have to have you join a cannabis divorce party just so you can experience it.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, that's like such a Sin City thing, a natural fit.
Yeah. I didn't know Nevada was the highest divorce rate.
Yeah.
I wonder why that is.
I think it is because it's easy as it is to get married here is as easy as it is to get divorced here compared to other states.
Right. It's too easy here.
Yeah. And also just think about how many people are like, okay, let's go do a drive-through wedding and get hitched in Vegas. And then after the liquor wears off, they're like,
Yeah. The hangover.
yeah.
People actually do that?
I mean, look at all the chapels that are on the strip.
Oh my gosh.
Can you imagine?
I would never.
No.
That's
But yeah, I mean, if you want to get married in a grow house or at a dispensary, that's what my client offers.
Oh.
You know, since the pandemic, we're seeing a trend of people kind of shunning away from the big overpriced $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 weddings, and they're just coming to Vegas and they want to figure out a way to get married for, you know, $1,000.
Anything you want to wrap up with?
Yeah, so if anybody out there is interested in PR, would love to talk with you. Brandbomb PR, you know, we pitch our clients on a local and national level. So that's everything from your local news stations and newspapers, magazines, to things like Travel and Leisure, Forbes, Us Weekly, TMZ. I pride myself on being honest and transparent. So if there's opportunities that exist, I would be happy to share what those are. And if not, I will be honest and we just won't work together. But I would love to definitely speak with anyone that is interested in PR.
Well, thanks so much for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll link her PR website below if you're interested in PR services. Otherwise, see you tomorrow.